Hey everybody, hope this finds you doing well. We got a couple of interesting news stories that we'll go over from the past week. And of course, let's just go ahead and start with the cryptocurrency market update. You can see Bitcoin currently up nearly 5% over the last 7 days. It's hanging up there above 62,000 currently. We have Ethereum making a nice move up nearly 13% with it trading at $1,771. We have XRP is up 8%, Solana up 13.5%. It's back above $80. Hyperliquid still in the top 10, currently up over 11%. We have Dogecoin, the largest meme coin of them all, up about 5% over the past week, trading at around 7 cents. So we are seeing that from our last video, we talked about the loss of purchasing power, and we're giving you prime example right here. When you look at Apple, recently made an announcement that they'll be raising prices on a lot of their most popular products, consumer products. You can see here from this chart that the iPad Air, the iPad Pro, a lot of their consumer laptops also will be having a price increase, including the Mac Mini, Mac Studio. Mac Mini is becoming very popular because a lot of people are using those to have their own localized AI agents and setting up their own coding. And so Mac Mini has been very popular with that. And then the Vision Pro, which hasn't been doing very well in terms of sales, they actually decided to go ahead and increase that pricing as well, up 200%. Now, Apple has come out and said that a lot of the reason for the price increases has to do with the increase in price for memory chips and also some other AI related costs that are coming with having to build these particular products and the capabilities that they're going to be having as we move forward with the AI revolution. And so Apple has been criticized for not really being one of the top players when it comes to AI, but it looks like they are trying to position themselves. At the end of the day, they're a hardware consumer company, and at some point in time, I'm sure they will have a plan to continue to integrate AI into their products, but they are definitely seeing a rise in cost when it comes to some of the chips and some of the hardware that has to be implemented into their products. So we're seeing that also not only with Apple but also with Microsoft. A lot of people are really excited about Grand Theft Auto 6, which is supposed to be coming out, I believe, towards the end of this year. One of the gaming consoles that people will be using is Microsoft's Xbox. They also have announced new prices, an increase in price. You can see upwards of 20% or more when you look at some of their Xbox series here. And so Microsoft is also discontinuing their 2 terabyte model. So once again, we're seeing that in dollars, products are getting more expensive. They're not getting less expensive. Now, there are some areas of technology that have created lower pricing from what they used to be. But for the most part, when it comes to everyday consumer products and services, we're still continuing to see an increase in prices. Even when it comes to something like cellular service, a lot of people are disappointed. T-Mobile just recently announced that they will be discontinuing grandfathered plans and moving people to new plans that are a higher, more expensive plan. So we're seeing it across the board, from people and using their cell phone services to insurance rates going higher. A lot of different consumer products like the phones as well as computers and now gaming consoles. So we're seeing it all over the place. And so we're seeing the inflation that is affecting US dollar prices, and we're noticing that with Bitcoin, even though we are in a bear market, as we know, we still see over time that it's taking less Bitcoin now to purchase some of these products as opposed to the US dollar. So we are going to continue, obviously, to keep you posted on what's happening there. Now, one of the major announcements over the past week is from Robinhood, which is an up-and-coming brokerage platform, really trying to cater towards the younger generation, particularly Gen Z and Gen Alpha, and they have announced Robinhood Chain. So that is a layer 2 chain off of Ethereum. So they're using the base layer of Ethereum, and they are offering products mostly for countries outside of the United States to be able to take advantage of tokenization. So you see here you have the blockchain for stock tokens. So they're basically representing equity in these particular companies. They have a basket, for example, some of the most popular companies that are traded today in the US market and now are tokenized and are known as stock tokens. And also there's the blockchain Robinhood chain, which is also part of Arbitrum, which is a layer 2 on top of Ethereum. They also will basically come in seamlessly when it comes to AI agents. Robinhood is also announcing and have announced agentic trading on their platform, and now these AI agents will be able to use the blockchain to be able to borrow and trade and do different types of things on the app, of course, with your permission. You can see here it's purpose built for AI agents. It's permissionless by design, and so you don't need a centralized authority to make these type of trades and decisions. And you can see this is the ecosystem and some of the different applications that can be used with this blockchain. As I mentioned, Arbitrum is the infrastructure, the native blockchain platform to build in the apps, as well as tokenization of stocks and things of that nature. And these are some of the other applications as well that's a part of the ecosystem. So we're seeing that being on chain is the new movement when it comes to changing from traditional payment rails and finance rails to moving on the blockchain. And we've talked about it in the past when it comes to some of the benefits is that you have the security of the blockchain is decentralized, no centralized authority controlling it. You have the speed in which you can make transactions, and then it's also transactions that can be done 24/7, which is totally different, at least right now, from the traditional trading equities market where you're limited to 5 days a week, a certain number of hours each day. And so as we know, with the blockchain and with cryptocurrencies, you can trade 24/7, 365 days out of the year. Another major story that came out this past week is that Taiwan has now passed crucial crypto law with licensing rules and stablecoin framework. So they passed its first comprehensive crypto law, creating a licensing regime for virtual asset firms, establishing stablecoin rules and imposing penalties of up to 7 years. So they do have pretty steep penalties if you are operating unlicensed when it comes to the digital asset space. And so we are starting to see that more countries and more sovereign nations are developing frameworks and regulations when it comes to cryptocurrency. That's why we believe that even though we are in a bear market, Bitcoin and several other cryptocurrencies are not going anywhere anytime soon, as we're still seeing adoption that's actually happening in the space and in the industry as the industry continues to grow over time. So Taiwan is one of those jurisdictions, and it is one of the many sovereign nations that have already started creating these type of regulations when it comes to how you can build businesses, crypto native businesses, as well as consumer protections and things of that nature. So we are starting to learn more and more about these companies and what they can and can't do in these different countries. So just as a reminder, you can check us out not only on X, but as well as IG. And you can see here that Bitcoin provides freedom from traditional payment rails. There's no central authority. There's no controlling authority. You can move it as you wish. You can trade it as you wish. You can hold it as you wish. The operative word is you, and you can basically do whatever you want. So it offers financial autonomy as well as financial sovereignty. And that is one of the reasons why We really have delved deep into Bitcoin and continuing to learn about the space and about this decentralized network and the capabilities of this network worldwide. And that's why we appreciated it, because it's basically the people's money. And so we can do however we wish with it. So we continue to learn. We're going to continue to pass our learnings on to you. We really appreciate you checking us out here on Networkchain. And of course, you can check us out not only on YouTube, but as well as on X and IG. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great start to your week. In the meantime, take care. We look forward to linking up with you soon on the Networkchain. Bye-bye.